All right, so we were able to delete our data now, but it was only actually the RV data here. So this isn't the like the true data that's been used by, or like I don't know, call it true data, but it isn't the data that's been used by this module, right? Well, actually, this is the app level, but it will be a module sometime. So what I really want to do in this episode is like we have the deletion thing on, boom, it works, but we want to like connect it all together. So I did some like really the way I designed this module was really bad because it there's nothing in this data has anything to do with the real data being used in the app. So what I'm going to do is instead of having multiple times like different data selection outputs, I will just have, or I will still have the input possibilities of doing this, but it will cross over all the modules. So what I mean by that is when I change the selection here, air quality TSV, it will also be air quality TSV here. And when I do faithful, it will change to faithful here. And this will also, that will mean that it will point to the same data that I'm selecting, and it will use the same data. So I want it, well, what I want then is that when I delete it here, these 4 rows, when I look at faithful over here, like 4 points here are going to be removed as well, right? So this could be tough, or it could also be easy. Let's see. First of all, we want to feed in what data is being selected to into our reactive values, and we want to have like the selected data present, so also into reactive values. Okay, so we have the file names here. Then we want to know which data is selected data, and this is going to be selected, the file name selected, so file selected. So I'm just call this file selected, and we're just going to call it null here. And actually, list file selected is null. Yes. Okay. So I wanna point. So when I do this select input, I want it to say, so one argument that's here is called selected, right? Yes, and I want this to be the file selected. So rv file selected. I think this should be okay, because if it's null, it'll just choose the first one, and if it's not null, it will choose whatever it is. So what I also want to do is, so it's observe event rv file names, very good, and then I want to change this, instead of it being reactive selected, we'll also put this over here, so we'll have file selected and data. Yeah, so I will say observe event input data select. Great. And what we're going to do then is first we're going to read the data. Then we'll just call that selected as we did in the edit module. You will be this, and file selected. This is just to carry over the name. And sorry, I have to make this rv and rv. File selected. You will be input data select. So this will carry over the name to our the edit module as well. I think that's good. So we're gonna remove you, but first of all, we have to find out when you are being used. You are used down here, right? So you will be RV selected. Remove you. Oops. RV selected. So always when you do changes, remember to follow it through all the way. This might go really wrong for me now, but at least I remembered that one, else I might sit here debugging for a long while. All right, remove you. The reactive values are already fed into edit, so there's no problem there. We need first of all a comma here, and I'm going to say selected is null as well, and a comma here, and not a comma there, like this. Okay, and so here now we wanted to read this, but really we have the data read already in the first place. So actually we don't need this one. We just need to choose it and change it, right? So we don't want a new reactive values. We're going to use the old reactive values. So this part right here actually is does exactly the same as this one. It just means that this module can now also change what's selected, and that should be carried over between the two modules or the files or whatever. Let's see if it's gonna work. I'm not sure. So you're still using the file names. That's perfectly fine. But you want to use the data that's already selected. Yes. And you want to change the data that's shared between all of them. Oh, what happened there? Oh, yeah. And you will also want to take this data, and you want to take this row. Yes. All right, so a little bit of refactoring here. I'm pretty sure this might just break immediately, but let's see. There's only one way to find out, isn't there? and I find out I did. So it says cannot open dot data, no data. That makes sense. It's trying to read, and is it what's going on right here? Maybe it might be here. So it doesn't tell me where it's doing this from. That's my problem. But it's so you are selected. Is RV data file selected? I think it's because this is null. It's trying to read it here. So how do we check this first? Well, we could just say if input data select is within RV file names. So just make sure that this only runs when the input is correct. So if input is some of the data files that are already present. So let's see, it's just a check. But let's try again. Okay, it seemed to work. Now, okay, so I made some refactoring mistakes, whatever, but seems to be here. It doesn't change. Oh, empty cars TSV, faithful. This doesn't change to faithful. All right, so there's no connection between the two modules. First of all, I'm gonna fix this error message. I think I know what it is. Or do I? Choices is columns, columns is name selected. Yeah, that's what the problem is. So we call this RV selected. See, I missed this one. So, and I would also have missed it if I hadn't changed it here, but I did change it there. All right, so why aren't you connected? So if you're not following along, I don't blame you. My problem is that when I change faithful here, I also want it to be changed here, faithful. Because they should be using the same, empty cars should be using the same name, like the same reactive value, empty cars, faithful TSV. I think I have forgotten to change it here. So this might be the problem, because keep using data select, and data select is, so selected is RV file selected. This might help. Yeah, because I think actually we need an update that updates this every time. That might be the problem. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? RV selected read. Because of course it's not gonna be. Takes a file here. Selected data is there. I don't know. This has gotten messy quickly. Let's see. Dip. Air quality. Air quality. Empty cars. Empty cars. All right. So it does now. Faithful. Faithful. All right. So it changes now. Perfect. And does it work the other way as around? Orange. Not orange. But these changed. God damn it. Oh, this is not good. Faithful eruptions, faithful air quality. You see this? It still says faithful here, but it says the wrong. So the data has been changed, but just the name up here hasn't been changed. So where's the problem? That should be in the app.r file. So you have selected RV file selected. And oh, it's because I do not have the update thingy over here. Like this. So I'm already seeing a design flaw in my implementation here, and that is if I had multiple modules doing this thing, then I have the problem of that I have to have this thing in every module. That means I'm copying the same code for every module that I have. So this is actually a bad design. Well, now I'm that smarter at least. I know I shouldn't be doing this again. But let's just see if this works at least. And did I delete something there? Whoops, I'm deleting shit. Ah, god damn it. No. Where am I? Oh, I made something dumb. I think I closed this one. Yeah, I did. And I want to take this and I want to put you in my, not here, I want to put you in my edits. This, okay, this is good. I want to put you in here. Great. Let's see if this works. I just pressed arrow up there. Okay, so air quality, change it to faithful. It changes eruptions here and eruptions here, but it doesn't change it to faithful here. Air quality, you aren't changing. Okay, I think I broke something when I mistakenly did. Now the name isn't changing here either. God damn it. So maybe I should just call it quits and just remove all of this, because I now know this is a dumb thing. RV file selected. Okay, edit. The file selected is changed here. And here it's also changed. God damn it. What the hell is going on? File selects. File selected. That's the problem. Yeah, I was pressing Control C a few too many times, and then I changed something and I didn't see what I changed. Very dangerous. Input is selected. So, whoops, that might have been the problem. Let's try this again. Air quality, faithful, and it changed everything. Okay, the other way around, orange. I changed these, but it doesn't change this one. I think I have to have an update. I have to have like an update select input. It might just be the problem that this isn't. Yeah, I think that's the problem. So I think that's it. Because this one will continuously render every time something changes within it, and these things are changing. But this one will only render a new thing when the file names changes, and it doesn't change, of course. So what we want to do is make this a promise, like allow UI output the component and then render it dynamically down here. That's for the next part. I think this is getting too long, too big. I don't even know what to call this episode now, or the part, because we weren't really working on one thing. It was just a lot of refactoring. So I guess I'll just call it refactoring and module connection or something. Whatever. See you next time. We'll see how far we get with this.